Recently, gas prices have risen. From 2020 to early 2022, prices have risen steadily. However, in late February and early March, prices experienced a sudden spike. Because of this, the price of gas in the near future has become a topic of interest for many people, including myself. Which leads us to the driving question: what will the price of gas be in 2024? To start, what influences gas prices? The price of gas is influenced by the cost of production, refinement, shipment, disasters, inflation, world events, and geopolitics. I will base a prediction on the price of gas in 2024 on two sources regarding gas prices from 1990 to 2022. I am going to create 5 different models based on this information in an attempt to create the most accurate prediction for gas prices in 2024. Linear, quadratic, exponential, cubic, and quartic will be the 5 models that I will use. Because I am only using data points for every other year rather than for every month, the models I create will not be as accurate as they could be. If I had used all the data points in this graph, then my models would have been slightly more accurate. Here are the values I used. From 1990 to 1992, the price of gas decreased by 4 to 5 cents. From 1992 to 1994, the price dropped by 1 to 2 cents. From 1994 to 1996, gas rose 11 to 12 cents. From 1996 to 1998 to 2000 and to 2002, gas prices dropped or increased a mostly insignificant amount. In 2002 to 2004, gas prices rose 40 to 50 cents, which is the highest increase so far. In late February 2003, U.S. production prices for natural gas rose in response to changing physical market conditions. This led to low supply and high demand for a short time, which raised gas prices. In 2004 to 2006, gas prices rose 70 cents and barrels rose to 97.19. Hurricanes Rita and Katrina shut down more than 23% of total U.S. oil refining capacity of 17.1 million barrels per day. This reduction in refinery capacity would have affected the price of gas by $1.35 to $2.21, but imports increased, which kept the impact to just 13 to 20 cents. 6 to 8% of reductions in oil storage capacity in 2006 were due to the transition to ethanol from MTBE. The remaining reductions were due to refinery problems such as outages, transition, low sulfur, and other refinery problems. 2006 to 2008, gas prices rose 68 to 78 cents. Oil production in Guar oil fields stagnated. Oil consumption in China increased during 2007 by 870,000 barrels from 2 years prior. This increase in consumption by China is what drove gas prices this high. Some sources say that occasional dramatic news has had an effect on the price of gas. A failure to increase production between 2005 and 2007 has occurred to events such as hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico, turmoil in Nigeria, and an Iraqi civil war. 2008 to 2010, gas prices dropped 36 to 47 cents. 2010 to 2012, gas rose 55 to 84 cents. Due to the civil war present February 2012 in Libya, an oil output of 1.5 million BPD was lost. Oil production in Libya represents 2% of global production. Because of this, prices worldwide spiked nearly 10% in a single day. The United States does not receive oil from Libya. However, concerns grew that the situation in Libya and potential unease in oil-producing nations might lead to a global oil crisis. In response, the Obama administration and the U.S. announced that it would release 30 million barrels from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve over the course of a month. 2012 to 2014, gas dropped somewhere between 0.1 and 26 cents. 2014 to 2016, gas dropped $1.12 to $1.26. The reason for this drop in gas prices was that the United States shale oil production doubled from 2006 to 2014. 2016 to 2018, gas rose 52 to 58 cents. Members of OPEC held a meeting that agreed to reduce oil supply by 1.2 million barrels per day in 2017. Oil traders bid up oil prices during this time, which caused gas prices to rise. In December of 2018, they again cut production. Disruptions in Libya and an ongoing free fall of oil production in Venezuela caused OPEC to reverse their restraint on oil production. The sudden lack of oil from Venezuela and Libya caused a distressing amount of barrels to be absent from the market. On August 25, 2017, Hurricane Harvey hit Texas, wiping out 5% of the oil production in the United States. Gas prices rose from $2.37 per gallon to $2.68 per gallon in a few weeks. By September 2017, the U.S. Department of Energy had released 5.2 million barrels of oil from their Strategic Petroleum Reserve. 2018 to 2020, my first source says that gas rose by 2 cents, and my second one says that gas dropped 55 cents. Between 2000 and 2008, the U.S. had been developing new techniques to frack for oil. These new techniques increased the oil production in 2018 greatly. Prices thus declined and world oil production rose to a new high. 2020 to 2022, gas rose by 71 to 83 cents. Production and storages were affected by the coronavirus pandemic. AAA spokesperson Marc said COVID drove demand for oil and gas down significantly in 2020 because so many fewer people were on the roads. Some global events have or could influence gas. Unrest in Kazakhstan, instability potentially in Libya, and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. All of these are oil-producing countries, and what happens could impact the amount of oil being supplied to the global market. Back to models. My first source's 5 models that I've created are as follows, the most accurate being Model 5. The same for my second source. Now I will show all of the graphs individually and together. Because Model 5 is the most accurate model for both Source 1 and Source 2, I will be using Model 5 to predict the price of gas in 2024. The first source's model shows gas prices being $3.03 in 2024, while the second source's model shows that gas prices will be $2.58 in 2024. The price of gas in 2024 will most likely be somewhere between these two values, although it is virtually impossible to know exactly what will happen in the coming weeks, months, and years. The US receives 51% of its oil imports from Canada. If Canada faced a natural disaster, war, or other event that caused oil production to shut down, the price of gas in the United States would skyrocket. It is impossible to determine what will occur in the future, which is why any model created will only ever serve as an approximation of what could happen during that time, based on the information currently available. Models predicting the price of gas in 2024 will become more accurate the closer 2024 comes. However, my model could have been more accurate if I had added more data points reaching as far back as the 1920s, or if I had information from 2023.